A very good evening to you all and welcome to News Tonight. It is a Friday, the first day of December 2017, when the world commemorates World AIDS Day. Elizabeth Nakakoni will be joining me shortly on the sign language desk. I am Edward Rukidi Kijanangoma. First though, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has said that if development is to take place, it needs a lot of planning and prioritizing. He said that the National Resistance Movement, NRM, is a government that plans and prioritizes its execution of its roles. Now, the president was speaking at a Thanksgiving ceremony of Ngora District Woman Member of Parliament, Jacqueline Amongin, at Ngora Bishop Kitchen College Demonstration School playgrounds. We have more in this report.
President Museveni made the remarks at the Thanksgiving ceremony for Ngora District Woman Member of Parliament, Honorable Jacqueline Amongin, which was held at Ngora Bishop Kitchen College Demonstration School playgrounds in Teso Sub-Region. Mr. Museveni explained that originally the problem of Teso Sub-Region was insecurity by rebel groups such as Konyi Lord's Resistance Army and cattle rustlers, but through planning, he observed the Uganda People's Defense Forces was able to defeat the rebels and cattle rustlers to bring peace to the region.
Originally, the problem of Teso was lack of peace. There was insecurity caused by UPA, by Kony, and by the Karamojong cattle rustlers. Working with you and with the UPDF, Teso is now totally peaceful.
The president said that although there are few crimes still being committed, the movement government is in the process of securing cameras that will be installed along roads to help the Ugandan police apprehend criminals.
There are people who are trying to commit crimes, murder and so on, but this will be found out. We shall get them. So, no more war, no more cattle rustling.
He added that after ensuring peace in the Teso region, government started planning for development projects in that sub-region, such as roads, electricity and water supply. He said that the government began by constructing roads to all the border points of Uganda and is still committed to construction of more roads in the Teso region.
Tirini, Padisa, Mukongoro up to Kumi. That road is going to be tarmac. Now, that leaves me with the road from Kumi through Ngora to Agu, to Serere, to Kagwara.
The president told the people of Ngora in particular and Uganda in general that although the NRM government is committed to the construction of hospitals and health centers, the priority should be avoiding and preventing sickness.
Thank you so much.
At the ceremony, the president also passed out 5,600 graduates from the Jacqueline Amongin Development Foundation Skills and Incubation Center. The graduates were trained in tailoring, carpentry, piggery, apiculture, poultry, and liquid soap making, among others. He stressed that it is important to equip people with other skills other than the agricultural ones because it is not wise to have 4 generations of a family on 4 acres of land doing agriculture. Earlier, the president laid a foundation stone at the construction site of the Jacqueline Amongin Development Foundation Skills and Incubation Center. The center aims at training people in the region in modern farming and other skills. Honorable Amongi, on her part, thanked the president and the NRM government for securing peace in the country and also for the Operation Wealth Creation Program.
The sea of people you see here today is a humble demonstration of solidarity and appreciation that the people of Ngora wholeheartedly support the government programs and are thirsty of more involvement in improving their household incomes that you have greatly championed under the presidential initiative. Amita Bapa is Nenakana.
Earlier, the president performed a groundbreaking ceremony for the Ngora Nyero Kumi water supply and sanitation project at Agu village. The 24.5 billion Uganda shillings project is one of the water supply systems constructed under the Water Management and Development Project. The project commenced in May this year and is being undertaken by MS China Geoengineering. It is expected to be completed by the end of June in 2018.
Out of 150,000 people. But ultimately, this area, we are projecting about 500,000 people, which can benefit from.
According to Dominic Kavutse, who is Commissioner of Urban Water and Sewerage Department, at its completion, the project is expected to supply 10 million liters of water per day. The project will draw water from River Ago. Sponsored by the World Bank, the project is being implemented by the Government of Uganda through Ministry of Water and Environment and National Water and Sewerage Corporation. President Museveni noted that the water project will go a long way to support government efforts of irrigation in order to ensure that farmers grow crops throughout the year. UBC TV, Harriet Nambi.
Thanks, Harriet Nambi, and of course we'll be returning to Ngora momentarily. But let's now look at our lead story, where the Office of the Prime Minister has pledged continued support towards health camps to promote healthy living among Ugandans. Now, the affirmation comes in the wake of 1.3 million Ugandans currently infected by HIV/AIDS, something that's being blamed on people assuming to know everything about their health. Now, the Under-Secretary, Finance and Administration at the Office of the Prime Minister, Joel Wanjala, was speaking during a health camp as part of celebrations to commemorate World AIDS Day. With more on that, here is our reporter, Henry Okrot.
In 2010, new infections of HIV stood at 135,000, which reduced to approximately 60,000 by 2016, standing at 40% among men and 60% among women. This is the position that Office of the Prime Minister, as a leader of government business, is seeking to concretize.
And it is that past pain that reminds us to always congregate and remind ourselves of the efforts we are making and the progress to ensure that the future is bright for all of us.
As the country joins the rest of the world to commemorate World AIDS Day, Ugandans have been warned against reckless lifestyles. Under-Secretary, Office of the Prime Minister, Joel Wanjala, encourages Ugandans to embrace health checkups on a regular basis.
If I asked how many women here have used female condoms, you'll find 2 or 3. They don't know it, but they just hear about it. But you are the elite. You are the people who should be telling our rural women that this thing can help us.
And as part of the presidential initiative on ending HIV/AIDS by 2030, Office of the Prime Minister has commemorated the day with a health camp. Dr. Asimwe Francis of Ultra Clinic advises against sauna as a way of controlling weight.
It is a mixed dish, but as a strategy for weight loss, it doesn't make medical argument very strong.
The camp, which included hepatitis B screening, eye checkup, and HIV testing, was aimed at interesting staff of OPM to embrace healthy living. Meanwhile, Japanese ambassador to Uganda, Kazuachi Kameda, has encouraged the populace to embrace HIV testing and responsible living.
So I would like to encourage people to take a test actively, so that awareness will be heightened.
World AIDS Day is commemorated every 1st of December across the globe as a way of reminding the world on the effects of the scourge. In Uganda, it has been observed in Kole district in the northern part of the country under the theme, Reaching Men, Boys, Girls and Young Women to Reduce New HIV Infections. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Thanks, Henry, for that report there. Now, let's go back to Ngora district, where a construction of a multi-billion piped water project in Ngora district has reached 40% completion 5 months after its commencement. Now, the piped water project has been launched by President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. And as our reporter Samuel Galandi tells us, when complete, the system will supply water to the districts of Ngora and Kumi.
Up went the flag and down came the excavator on Thursday afternoon at Agu Water Treatment Plant in Ngora district. This marked the official groundbreaking ceremony for construction of Ngora Nyero Kumi water supply system that was presided over by His Excellency President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
To be halfway, once the water is there, that's no problem. If the volume is not enough, they can see how to add on, or they can see, or they can have another smaller one. So let's not excite our
Your Excellency, additional information.
The links project is estimated to benefit over 200,000 locals in the two districts.
The cost of the project is 25.4 billion Uganda shillings, and the project is supposed to end in June 2018. This project is funded by the World Bank with the government of Uganda.
The system will draw water from River Agu, pump it to the water treatment plant at Agu, then to 3 water tanks in the areas of Kobuku, Nyero, and the Kumi municipality for supply.
The water system has the capacity for extracting and treating 10 million liters of water per day, which we shall be serving to the 3 municipalities and the neighboring villages.
Construction is expected to be complete by June 2018. Samuel Galandi, UBC News.
Meanwhile, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has met with a Turkish delegation led by Professor Dr. Mit Korkut Gilman from Çukurova University, who are seeking to establish a partnership with Mbarara University of Science and Technology and the Uganda Police in the areas of forensic studies and irrigation. During the meeting that took place at State House, President Museveni told the Turkish delegation to send forensic teachers from Turkey to Mbarara University of Science and Technology to equip students there with knowledge of the new forensic course and increase on capacity building. Museveni added that the Uganda Police, in partnership with Tip Top Group, should build a national forensic police center for practical forensic analysis to aid in homicide cases. According to Professor Mit Korkut of the Department of Forensic Medicine and Sciences, the Turkish University would like to start the student and teacher exchange programs and increase the number of Turkish scholarships to Ugandan students in forensic studies, the levels undergraduate, master's and PhD degree levels. President Museveni advised them to work with the Ministry of Education and Sports so that some students would use Turkish scholarships.
Universities of Turkey which have entered the world ranking.
Welcome back from that short break, and you are watching News Tonight on UBC TV. Now, divisions within the Forum for Democratic Change, FDC party, are worsening as newly sworn-in party president insists on the defiance campaign. Now, the party is divided in two factions, one of them with majority supporters of Major General Mugisha Muntu contending against defiance methodology of politics. Now, speaking at the official swearing-in ceremony at the party headquarters in Najanankumbi, the party president-elect Patrick Amuriat Oboy seemed to woo defiant members to his side. We have more in this report.
Wednesday, at Hotel Africana and North Forum for Democratic Change headquarters in Kampala, Major General Mugisha Muntu, who was still the party president at the time, addressed media highlighting his next step.
I have a feeling that the majority of them don't trust me.
This step would be embarking on consultations about the future of a party divided by entrenched differences that are seemingly worsened after the elections. Members of parliament on Muntu campaign team had grasped the occasion to back at the threats by the new party administrators, allegedly about having them pushed out of leadership roles in the August House.
For me, I've been waiting for them to come and disband us. I am still waiting.
I wouldn't want someone to take it that because Amuriat has come in, that is why Winnie has gone out of the office.
Patrick Amuriat Oboy at the swearing-in.
Swear that I will faithfully perform my duty.
Clarified on the meaning of the defiance campaign.
I would like to shed light on what people have now understood as the defiance strategy. So we are going to work with the people's government that has already set up covert networks across the country that I believe are all already working. Defiance is not about going to the streets and throwing stones on buildings or on human beings. The act of doctors going on strike is an example of defiance.
It seems there is no backtracking on the defiance campaign, which is synonymous with the former FDC presidential contestant, Dr. Kiza Besigye.
We are going to take the by defiance, I promise you.
Handing over the office, Muntu reminded his successor to skillfully keep the FDC party intact.
To be handing over to you a party that is intact. In spite of all the contestations that we've had in the last 5 years, it's not been an easy journey. It's been a tough 5 years. But I deeply believed that we had the skills, the convictions to ensure that even when there were differences of approach, even when there were differences of opinion, that we could manage them.
And on the ending note,
my hope is that we can all move together in the same direction. But even if there was a situation where we would find that we would have to separate, Honorable Boy, we're not dealing with personal issues in this matter. There are 40 million people out there whose lives are in a mess. I'll tell you a Bible story as I end. It is not only enemies who separate. No.
Onyango Jackson and Gloria Gutabinji reporting for UBC in Kampala.
Thanks, Onyango and Gloria, for that story, and of course, cracks developing in the FDC party there. Now, Uganda People's Defence Forces, UPDF, has officially discharged and retired 512 officers and men from active service of the Army. The retirees comprise of 8 colonels, 16 lieutenant colonels, 45 majors, plus other lower-ranking force members. The Chief of Defence Forces, General David Muhoozi, who officiated at the ceremony, gave the outgoing officers words of wisdom before they marched out of the gate of the quarter guard at the Land Force headquarters in Bombo in Luweero district.
After a period of dedicated service to their nation, time has come and over 500 officers and men of the UPDF have to go home. They looked excited while being escorted out of the Land Force headquarters in Bombo. The discharged officers are part of the 1,101 servicemen and women retired from the force and will join civilian life once again. Before their march off, the now veterans received discharge certificates from the Chief of Defense Forces, General David Muhoozi. He appreciated their services and wished them the best as civilians.
The end of ceremony in a dignified way for those of you who are retiring after serving the country, serving the UPDF, for the time each of you has served. Najua kuna mida mbalimbali, wengine wana muda mrefu kwa service kama mzee Kids hapa. Nafikiri service yake imeanza either 60s or 70s, alafu wengine imeanza 70s, 80s, na kuendelea. But all of you have served well, and that is why we are here to send you off in this dignified way. So I want to call upon everyone to put our hands together to give you a huge and hearty hand clap.
Speaking on behalf of his comrades, Colonel Lawrence Sam Kittis, who joined the force in the 1970s, commended the army leadership for the support during their service to the nation.
When I look back, my colleagues I was with, they are not with me. I think I don't know, but actually I don't know, but only God knows.
They also handed over all property belonging to UPDF, including the combat army uniforms, apart from the ceremonial army outfit. Sandra Kahonde and Frederick Sidia, UBC News.
Now let's come back to the story of the day, and of course talking about World AIDS Day. And the civil society is in for a fight against new infections of HIV occurring in Uganda. Now, the first religious leader to reveal he was HIV positive in the world, Reverend Canon Gideon Byamgisha, emphasized the need to mitigate stigma and encourage adherence to treatment and nutrition. He says all this would be achieved if there is a combined effort by both government and other stakeholders involved in the fight against HIV/AIDS. He was speaking to UBC as Uganda joined the rest of the world to celebrate World AIDS Day.
For us as civil society, we want to contribute in two major areas. One, to reduce the stigma, the shame, the denial, the discrimination, and the inaction and misaction around HIV. And then we want to contribute to multiplying safe practices, access and adherence to treatment and nutrition, voluntary counseling and testing, empowering those who are either vulnerable to or already personally affected by HIV and AIDS. If we do these things together, we achieve the 5 aspects which the Presidential Fast Track Initiative about.
Reverend Canon Gideon Byamgisha, of course, giving wise counsel there to Ugandans, especially the youth, in as far as guarding against that deadly disease is concerned. Over to Mukono now, but still on World AIDS Day. Mukono Principal Medical Officer Dr. Anthony Konde has announced a reduction in HIV/AIDS prevalence rates in the district from 7 to 5% over the last 2 years. Now, this was during celebrations to mark World AIDS Day hosted by the municipality. During the function, testimony by HIV/AIDS patient Godfrey Lubanga Kene revealed a relevance of counseling which saved him from committing suicide.
Mukono Municipal Council, we are happy to note that we are putting a lot of effort. Last year we tested over 47,000 residents, and out of these 5% were HIV positive. To us, this is something that is good, because 2 years back our prevalence was 7%. So if we got 5%, it shows that there is a reduction in infection in the municipality. We've done a lot in the PMT city. In the last 2 years, we've delivered 426 HIV positive women, and out of these 402 were given ARVs. This gives us a 94%, whereby we are attaining the 90%, especially in the HIV positive women. And out of those, the children we tested who were born by HIV positive mothers, 3% were HIV positive. So it is an indication that our PMTCT program is working very well, and our target is to have 100%.
Time came in, I was tired of being discriminated. I had a lot of stigma. I never had any self-esteem within me, and people used to do all sorts of things to me. My uncle one time was beating me because I went to my grandmother's home, minus taking my medication, and I slept there. I came back the next day. When he started caning me, I felt the burden. The neighbor also came and joined him. They were also beating me for the same reason. I decided to go and be knocked by a car. After standing for long at the middle of the road, many vehicles were dodging until one which was about to knock me. A policeman came and saved me. Those policemen who do night patrol. From saving me,
Welcome back from that short break, and this is News Tonight. Let's talk business now. Uganda Veterinary Association has struck a deal with its Kenyan counterpart, Kenya Veterinary Association, with emphasis being put on improving quality of animal products between the two countries. The group's first conference was opened by the Minister of State for Animal Industry, Joy Kabatsi, who said as professionals, the participants should come up with new and better policy which will restore the animal industry. Her concern is also about improvement of beef processing facilities, since Uganda's plans for exporting beef to the world market is about to be finalized. Association members are asking for government support to ease their work.
Continuously develop your profession. It is very, very important. And it is important for you to be proud of your profession and to make sure everyone knows Dr. So-and-so is in this village, and therefore animals can't die. Let them come early in the morning, you find people lining up to ask about their animals. Assist them. And once they know that there is a doctor somewhere, they will always come to you.
The theme today, Madam, is continued professional development. When we study as veterinarians or any other profession, it it has been realized that when people go out there in the field, the knowledge weighs away, which they have.
And moving further afield, we begin in Tanzania, where thousands of Burundian refugees are living in dire conditions in camps in Tanzania. Many of these are still living in emergency tents, fled a crisis 2 years ago. One such refugee is Edward Imani, a Burundian refugee who calls a plastic tent his home. Now, he has been living in Nduta camp in Tanzania with his children for over a year now. Hilda Mutonyi reports.
Since the political crisis hit Burundi in 2015, about 400,000 people have fled to neighboring countries for safety. For those living in camps, UNHCR is constrained with funds to move people out of the tents and into more solid structures. A pilot project is helping Burundians move into better homes. These are upgradable shelters, but are only available to people who have recently arrived.
Once they move into it, once they've settled in, they can slowly start producing the bricks, mud bricks, and constructing around it to upgrade it to a semi-permanent or transitional shelter for that matter. So it shortens the time period that refugees have to stay in these tents and emergency shelters.
Patrick says the project costs less than housing people in an emergency tent and then building a more solid structure. The UNHCR and partners are starting to move refugees into transitional shelters and supporting a project where refugees are able to help build their own, though it offers hope for the future. Mutonyi Hilda, UBC News.
To Bangladesh now, where the World Food Programme has built a new bridge at Kutupalong camp to help refugee families access Bangladesh from Myanmar. The opening up of the new routes is to enable families get a life-saving food closer to them.
Kutupalong camp in Bangladesh is fast becoming the biggest refugee camp in the world. World Food Programme and the government of Bangladesh, international partners, are responding robustly to the needs of hundreds of thousands of people arriving from Myanmar. Surveys show alarming malnutrition rates in Kutupalong refugee camp, with 1 in 4 Rohingya children suffering from malnutrition. WFP is working to prevent and treat malnutrition, providing extra nutritional porridge mixes to children under 5, pregnant and breastfeeding mothers. But food alone is not enough to beat malnutrition. The camp needs improved health, sanitation and hygiene. 2/3 of the families have the area. WFP urgently needs US $27.8 million to support 1 million people until the end of February 2018 in the Cox's Bazar region in Bangladesh. Mutonyi Hilda, UBC News.
Brought to you by
UBC Sport, and we begin with soccer, where the draw for the 2018 Football World Cup has been made in host nation Russia. In some intriguing matchups, Portugal face Spain in the same group as will England and Belgium, while African giants Egypt play hosts Russia, as Argentina's Messi will face the wrath of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And finally, let's have a look at volleyball, where the 2017 Volleyball League playoff finals are underway with games played at the MTN Arena Lugogo. Nkumba University has taken a 1-0 lead. Our reporter has the details.
The victory, however, didn't come easy, with Nkumba requiring a decider set to win 3-2 in a game players like Habiba Namala, Doreen Nachtege, Beatrice Apolot and Grace Akril shone. Nkumba University head coach Tony Lacon is optimistic his team with current form as exhibited in Game 1 will go on and win the title.
Try to remain stable, try to remain focused, believe that we can do it the second game coming, and that's what we're going to do.
In the men's category, Nemo Stars had George Opura and Smith Okum in top form as they dispatched hapless Sport Ace by 3-1. The best of 3 playoff finals continue on Saturday at the MTN Arena. For UBC, Helen Barbara, Gizamba.
Elizabeth Nakakoni has been on sign language. I am Edward Rukidi Kijanangoma, wishing you a blessed night and nice weekend ahead.